Hello and welcome to another product video breakdown from Longhorn Tactical. Today we will be examining the Olight Odin GL M, the Odin GL M, which sounds like it would be a mythical item in like a Tolkien story. Like, Master Hobbit, I present to you the Odin GL M, a kidney stone passed by your great-great-uncle Siopater, a man of many vices. Anyways, cue intern Kelly.
Hey y'all, take this time to like and subscribe to the Longhorn Tactical YouTube channel. Thanks.
The Olight Odin GL M comes with everything you see here. The light itself, an ORB 217C50 custom 5000 mAh 21700 battery, the M-Lock canted attachment plate, 2 Allen wrenches, one for adjusting the M-Lock, one for adjusting the laser sight, a couple of extra set screws, 2 of the M-Lock extra plates and screws, 2 small zip ties, because some people like to zip tie the cable down onto their rail guard, handguard portion, so it doesn't stick out, cause any tangles or messes, the Picatinny rail attaching pressure pad holder, the Olight 2-button magnetic pressure switch, and then finally, the MCC3A magnetic USB charging cable for charging the battery inside the Odin GL M, as well as user manual, which is not pictured here. The Olight Odin GL M measures 5.87 inches long. The widest point is 1.14 inches, and the thinnest point is 1.05 inches. It weighs 7.9 ounces with the battery inside. The Odin GL M comes with an unspecified high-performance cool white LED, centered in a large mirror-polished reflector. Now, the positioning of the laser is something that I think Olight could have spent a little bit more time taking into consideration. Due to the nature of the canted M-Lock mount, and how most M-Lock handguards tend to be octagonal or multi-sided, the positioning of the laser will be different depending on where you mount it. Now, imagine looking at the mounted Odin GL M head-on. Because of the fixed position of the mounting mechanism, the laser is never truly ideally positioned. Now, most would argue the closer the laser is in proximity to the line of the barrel, the superior the alignment. Thus, if Olight were to position the laser on the same side as the mounting part that sticks out of the side of the flashlight, the laser would always be aligned closer to the position in line with the barrel. The max brightness of the Odin GL M is 1500 lumen that is capable of reaching up to 235 yards of distance, a distance people often claim their rifle is sub-MOA. Here is the operation guide of the Odin GL M. Much like the Balder Pro R, the Odin GL M has a rotary twist ring near the front of the light. You will see 3 marking indicators: a Christmas ornament, a jellyfish, and probably modern art. First, align the white dot to the laser-only mode. In laser-only mode, both the half depress as well as the full depress of the tail switch will do the same thing: activate the green laser. You can then tap either to leave the laser on permanently and tap again to deactivate. If you hold for longer than a second, it is momentary and the laser will deactivate when pressure is released. If you rub the tail switch 3 times, the gun genie will come out of the Odin GL M and whisper, "Learn how to use iron sights, iron sights, sight, 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 sight." Next, the light and laser mode. In light and laser mode, the half depress of the switch will activate the light in 300 lumen low mode, as well as activate the laser. Tap again to deactivate the light and laser. A full depress of the tail switch past the click will activate the light in 1500 lumen high mode, as well as activate the laser, although it is hard to see here. Tap again to deactivate both. You can hold both for momentary activation. Here it is at half held for 300 plus laser. Deactivates when pressure is released. Here it is at full hold for 1500 plus laser. Deactivate when pressure is released. Next is light only mode. In light only mode, the same rules apply as light plus laser, except there is no laser. Half at 300 lumen, tap again to deactivate. Full past a click for 1500, click again to deactivate. Half held 300 momentary, release to deactivate, or full held 1500, release to deactivate. The tail cap of the Odin GL M is magnetic, allowing you to snap it on to any ferromagnetic surfaces for hands-free lighting, which honestly is not that impressive. I mean, the magnetic part is impressive, but hands-free lighting? That's just marketing gibberish, and you should not fall for it. Arguably, all light sources are hands-free, except for flashlights. No one walks into the room, flips on a light switch, and then stares at the ceiling while going, well, thank goodness those light bulbs are hands-free lighting. It would be such a nuisance to have to carry those around. But more importantly, the magnetic tail cap plus the magnetic pressure switch allows it to just snap together as so. Make sure the pressure switch is first in the unlocked mode. If the lip is pushed outward, it is locked. It needs to be pushed towards the cable for it to be unlocked. And then it will snap on. Follow the instructions on the pressure switch and then push the lip towards the flashlight body to lock it in place. With the pressure switch attached in laser-only mode, both the low and high buttons activate and deactivate the laser. You can just tap to deactivate. Both buttons can also then be held for momentary activation, release to deactivate. On light plus laser mode, the low button activates the 300 lumen low as well as the laser. Tap again to deactivate. The high button activates the 1500 lumen high and laser. Tap again to deactivate. Both can then be held for momentary. Release, momentary high, release. On light only mode, I'm not going to explain, because it should be fairly intuitive by now. I mean, the buttons have low and high written on them. Surely Olight would not be so nefarious as to do the old switcheroo on us at just this juncture. Then to detach the pressure switch from the flashlight, first pull the lip of the pressure switch portion back, as the instructions say, to unlock. And then it should pop right off if you can overcome the power of weak magnetic forces. Now, the laser sight adjustment for the Odin GL M can be a bit confusing, so the best advice I can give you is to first attach it to your platform of choice. Once you get the pressure pad, the light situated, try it out a couple of times, some different configurations, and make sure you are really comfortable with where everything is first. Then begin to adjust the laser. It is just the nature of how M-LOK rails are octagonal, and because then the Odin GL can be oriented on all those 8 different sides. Depending on which way you attach the Odin GL M, it will change how the laser will move in relation to where it is attached to. Thus, there will be some trial and error involved. However, the basic information I can provide you is this. If you orient the Odin to where the laser is in the 12 o'clock position, the adjustment point that is in line with the laser, so 12 o'clock right here, so right there on top, it is also in line with the light plus laser symbol. This is the adjustment point for elevation, the up and down. But remember, with the laser in the 12 o'clock position, this elevation adjustment adjusts the laser like this, up and down, once it's situated like here. So what I'm trying to say is, if you had the M-LOK attachment, say you had the M-LOK attachment plate, and you attach the M-LOK portion to the 3 o'clock of your handguard, then now what was once the 12 o'clock position of the laser opening is now over here off to the side. So you have to align it with this laser plus light, and the elevation adjustment would now move this way. The laser would move up and down along the lines of this ruler. Whereas before, when it was in the 12 o'clock position, it was going up and down in terms of like elevation. Because if we decided that this was going to be the true orientation of up and down, if it is attached to the 3 o'clock position on your rail, the up and down now has been adjusted and shifted, rotated in this direction. Although a rotation is just a translation with the focus point at infinity. Likewise, this second adjustment screw point then is the windage in the traditional sense. If once again the point of the laser entrance is at 12 o'clock, then this adjusts elevation this way, then your windage adjustment here is like this. So once again, let's say this time your M-LOK is you mount it to the 9 o'clock position. Then now, because the laser is over here, the entrance of the laser, perpendicular to it, this is now the line in which the windage adjustment laser will travel. I hope that makes sense. So yes, depending on how you orient on which side of your M-lock, these will always adjust fixed relative to the laser's entrance. Once you get the hang of that, then no matter where it is, the laser will move along that axis of where the entrance to the laser is. I hope that makes sense. The Odin GL M comes with a ORB 217C50 5000 mAh custom 21700 battery, and it never has to leave the lovely housing of the Odin GL M because you can fast charge it by snapping the Olight MCC3 magnetic USB charging cable to the tail cap. Like so. The Odin GL M, much like Olight's Warrior X series, also has a vibrational low battery warning. Let me bring the mic down so it's more apparent. This way, you do not give away your position in the dark as such with a traditional LED low battery indicator. However, your friends might mistake you for being rude for not turning off your mobile phone. Finally, the Odin GL M is rated IPX4 water resistant and is impact resistant up to 1.5 meters. That concludes the product demonstration video of the Olight Odin GL M, Olight's full-size 1500 lumen max rail mounting light plus green laser combo that comes standard with a 2-button pressure switch and a compact low-profile M-lock rail adapter. Picatinny rail adapter sold separately. The Olight Odin GL M is available at LonghornTactical.com. If you have enjoyed this video or think I am a big dumb fart, please leave a comment or suggestion below. To stay up to date on future product releases from brands such as Olight, Nightcore, Phoenix, and more, sales announcements, and all things flashlight related, please consider subscribing to the Longhorn Tactical YouTube channel. And thank you.